Welcome back to another vlog, guys. Today we're gonna take a look at the current prices in grocery stores as well as Waikiki, which is a shopping store here in Kosh, and I'll also show you the exchange rate for the Turkish Lira at the moment, and we'll also take a look at what I've been eating this week and see what the prices are at restaurants, low tier, mid tier, and high tier restaurant. And as well as I had some coffee with a cake. I'll show you what the price was at a high tier cafe. It's a rainy day here in Kosh. Kosh is a smaller city. When it comes to shopping for clothing, this is not the spot to do it. I recommend you do it in Istanbul or Antalya. It's much better. If you want to do shopping, Kosh is not the place for it when it comes to clothing. But let's take a look at what food has been costing me here in Turkey at the moment. And this is January 22nd, 2022. Prices have been more stable. I tried to do it last month, but it was up and down. But now it's kind of in a steady space, and I thought it would be a good time to make a video. For those who are watching me for the first time, I'm actually a digital nomad. I've been traveling since 2016. I've lived mostly in Southeast Asia. 2020, for obvious reasons, I had to stay in Canada. And as soon as things were opening up again, I came to Turkey just because prices were more appealing. It's a beautiful country, lots of great culture, wonderful people, and so much to do here, and I really wanted to explore the country, and for good reasons. So first, let's begin with what the current exchange rate here is in Turkey at the moment on January 22nd, 2022. Let's go. So today, one American dollar equals to 1345 Turkish liras, and one Canadian dollar equals to $10.59, 69 cents Turkish liras. And the euro currently is standing at €1 for 1526 Turkish liras. And you can see a year ago, things were looking a lot better for the locals. But in the past months, since November, things have skyrocketed in prices due to inflation. Just in the past month, things have been kind of going steady, but still a lot higher than what it used to be back in the day. Here I had breakfast with my friends. We each got a plate, and it was an assortment of things. You get sausage, bread, some honey. We had a soup, each of one of us, and tea, and it comes with vegetables, and it was one of the most delicious breakfasts you could get. And you could see there's honey, olives, and all of that per person, and it only costed 50 Turkish liras. Now this, at a high tier cafe, it was a cake and a coffee. It cost me about 60 Turkish liras. Now this is a mid-tier restaurant. It's called Nazilli. It's one of my favorites, and you could grab yourself some pita. As you can see, the Turkish liras over there. And most restaurants are usually around this price range when you're in Kosh. Like a kebab plate, anything could be anywhere between 35 Turkish liras to 50 Turkish liras. You can get yourself some traditional food as well as some pizzas, and they all range anywhere between 35 to 50 Turkish liras. And drinks are usually only about 10 Turkish liras. If you're ever in Kosh, go to Nazilli, give it a try. The food is excellent. It is considered a mid-tier restaurant, but high quality food, yes. So this plate I got at Nazilli. You can see 2 skewers of kebabs, the rice, and comes with salad and a soup. And friends that you make on the side of the street are also included. But that plate right there costed me about 40 Turkish liras. This is Caravan. It's a restaurant here in Kosh. I consider it a mid-tier restaurant right on the street, and you could get yourself some doner, kebab. A plate like this would cost me usually around 35 Turkish liras. If you want to go to a lower tier restaurant, such as something on the side of the street, then you can get yourself pizzas or pides and some wraps. Then usually you'll find yourself around 25 to 35 Turkish liras. But even those small restaurants, their food quality is always excellent. Turkish people know how to make food. Just go in there and taste whatever you can and pick yourself, a nice restaurant that you can continuously go to. Yeah, even when it comes to the small shops, hygiene is really great, and the food is always awesome. That shop that you just saw, I've been there a couple of times myself, and the food is awesome. I always go back. One of the other shops, it's a chain store here in Turkey, and I got myself a wrap, and yeah, the food is great. It's delicious. That only cost me about 20 Turkish liras. My friends and I, we decided to go and have some steak at a higher tier restaurant where they bring you the meat and they cook it right in front of you. Really tasty, great meat, and you get kind of like mashed potatoes with it and some chips and drinks. We had a great dinner that night. Just a plate of steak alone was about 110 Turkish liras with some drinks, and the side dishes, it came to around 150 Turkish liras per person. But the food was so good. Yeah, and the view was awesome too. So that's what you get. When you pay a little bit more, you're gonna get higher tier places with a better view. The food was awesome. That 150 Turkish liras was definitely worth it for that meal. Really good stuff. Now, if you're gonna do something like Chinese food or soups, like Japanese food, such as this one, then you're gonna be paying a lot more. This plate right here, by the way, very delicious. It cost me about 55 Turkish liras. And with a drink, it came to 65 Turkish liras. But that's what you pay for. And that's kind of considered a higher tier restaurant. So this is Migros. The prices are lower compared to Carrefour, which I'll show you next. But in Migros, you can see you get yourself something like cheese for about 6 Turkish liras. And depending on whether you want an 8-pack, 16-pack, or 24, they range between 14 Turkish liras to 35 Turkish liras. Groceries are very cheap here at Migros. And but I do suggest getting groceries from, get yourself to a farmer's market, which you'll find a lot better quality and as well as cheaper stuff. But fruits, they usually are in packages or in kilograms, and take a look at prices. And if you want to pause it, go ahead. For a 6-pack of Coke, you'll probably spend about 25 Turkish liras. So, looking at some of the beer and alcohol selections, Efes is like a Turkish kind of brand, and usually imports are a little bit more expensive, but these are the prices for beer at the moment at Migros. If you find yourself at an alcohol shop, the prices will be just a little bit cheaper. So now let's take a look at Carrefour. Carrefour is a little bit more higher quality than Migros apparently, but I didn't really see a bigger difference in the prices, maybe about 10 liras or 20 liras more. You could see cucumbers for around 12 Turkish liras for a pack, and garden tomatoes for around 13 Turkish liras. If you ever want to look at these prices and pay attention more to some of these, just press pause and watch the video there. But I'm trying to just show you guys kind of an average price of what you might be expecting when you go there, such as eggs and other everyday items. Now let's take a look at the alcohol section. So as you can see, there's wine. Prices vary anywhere between 75 to 100 Turkish liras, depending whether they're imports, local or not. Then you could look at things like whiskey. Again, if you want to take a look at the prices, just press pause, take a look at it for yourself from there. Now, before I show you guys Waikiki, I just want to let you know that I'm in Kash, so when it comes to shopping for clothing, there aren't many options. Waikiki is probably the only store here and a few other little small shops. But if you want to do clothing shopping, do it in Istanbul, Antalya, or a bigger city, in the bazaars. You're gonna get everything that you see in here for almost 1/4 of the price. It's gonna be a lot cheaper. And when I show you Waikiki, yeah, it's a little bit expensive from what I've seen and what you could actually get outside of the shop. So this is Waikiki. When you look at some of the jackets here, 320 Turkish liras. Look, I could get that same jacket for about 100 Turkish liras in Istanbul. 150 here for a sweater. I could probably get that for about 50 Turkish liras in a shop in Istanbul. So when you see the prices here, I'm just kind of showing you what things will cost you at Waikiki specifically. I'm not sure if Waikiki prices are the same in other regions of Turkey, but when it comes to clothing in general, I would probably leave it for a bigger city and try to do shopping somewhere else. But that's what it is at Waikiki at the moment. So here's my other tip. If you're shopping for meat, do it at a kasabi, which is a butcher shop. The prices are a lot cheaper and the meat is also much more fresh. And if you're gonna shop for fish, then do it at a balik shop. So if you're gonna buy fish, do it at a place that sells nothing but fish, because you're gonna find that it's a lot more cheaper and also much more fresh. And you'll see a different assortment types of seafood. Anyways, I hope this video kind of gave you guys an idea of what you could be spending when you're here in Turkey, whether traveling or living here, whether you're thinking of moving here during this time and during the Turkish Lira crisis and things have been really unstable. I thought this would be a good time to make this video just because things for the past month have been kind of stable, little ups and downs, but the inflation is definitely hurting the locals over here. Please, when you're out there and you're eating at restaurants, tip a little bit more. A $3 tip really does go a long way here for the locals. That's the end of this video. Guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe below, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.